alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's Mayfield.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
It's a gain of 7.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 76 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here, because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jenkins.
3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Jaguars.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try to keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
That's complete. It's Tootin. Down the left sideline.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Touchdown,
Tootin.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
Into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a first or a second seed come playoff time.
On first down, it's McKinney. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Mayfield.
They're going to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 21.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
2nd and 1 at the 11-yard line.
They'll try the left side. McKinney. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Mayfield. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Jaguars offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. Here's Walker to start the drive. Breaks through the contact. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he gets it up past the 35.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Finding room at midfield.
And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big 30-yard play on third.
And the Jaguars first down. A gain of 30. And a Jaguar first down.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Well, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Mayfield looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
First down, Jacksonville.
A fake on the jet sweep. Now Lawrence off play action. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Now Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42. 23 yards the pickup there.
The Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up fourth down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
First down, Jaguars.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Lawrence. This one goes underneath to Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Pushes past him. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Jaguars first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Walker looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
He tried to break that plane, but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal.
Lawrence on the sneak.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jaguars are able to move back in front.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it's 21-10. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretary lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Mayfield on play action.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. 2nd and 10.
The coverage by Jarian.
Mayfield down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Lawrence will throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Ibuka. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. Play fake. Mayfield. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
37-yard line.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
To throw, Mayfield.
To the right side, hauled in by McMillan.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here's Mayfield.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. That's complete. He's got Tootin.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now Lawrence to throw. Open man is Myers.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Well, time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Following the interception, Mayfield. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
To Jalen McMillan.
Now Mayfield.
To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Jalen McMillan
From a yard out.
And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-17.
Buccaneers 17.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Going to the air again with Mayfield.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
Well, trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. That is incomplete. So a tight one so far. 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's week 9 of the regular season, basically the halfway point of the year. So let's get into it. Here are the highlights. Our spin around the NFL starts now. It begins at MetLife Stadium. It's the Jets at home to take on the Eagles. And it's the Eagles' defense that comes up with the big play here. The ball's out. It's scooped up, and they're going to return it for the touchdown. A turnover in their own end of the field for a score for the D. The Eagles are absolutely red hot. They've now won 7 in a row as they get the job done in this one. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys. They're playing host to the Buffalo Bills. And it's James Cook. He'll take it all the way, 26 yards, it's a touchdown. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And this is Jaylen Warren. A scintillating run for the touchdown. The Steelers get it done within the division as they come away with the victory. A look now at the rest of the scores around the NFL as we reach the halfway point of the regular season. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters, a 1-point game at the half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The visitors' offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. There's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the middle, here's Walker. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their own little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Jaguars first down. It's a gain of 10. And the Jaguars
out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. Second and a couple.
Thomas Jr. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Bucs' 19-yard line.
Now Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Here's Walker. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Ken Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
He finds his man, complete. It's McKinnon.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Mayfield going to take it on a sneak. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it this time. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line.
Quick throw, Mayfield completes it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jalen McMillan, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have cut the lead back down to 2. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep him on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Here's Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jenkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
On play action, Lawrence.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Lawrence will throw. He completes this to Walker.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
find his man on the outside. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead, as that leads us to fourth.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
The Bucs offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
30-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
No gain on the play.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Mayfield now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
13 yards on the play. Complete to Emeka Egbuka.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's got Egbuka. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another.
To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll look to throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
In motion left, Godwin. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer.
He'll try and do this himself.
A nice little juke. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 17, Mayfield. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Emeka Egbuka with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Lawrence. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll get this out wide. It's Nelson with it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
44-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. Looking middle, and he's got a beacon. The offense on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield with it once more. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
On the stop. A loss of 10 yards brings up 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's out right at the 25.
A gain of 12. First down, Jacksonville.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
At the 47-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. 3rd and 9 here. Now Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Jaguars first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Vita Vea. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, paired that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
And that is no good. Oh, he hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one goes underneath to Walker. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Jaguars.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
5-yard gain on the play. First down.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here comes 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now, Lawrence. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
2nd and 6 coming up. Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Back to throw. Lawrence. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Point after here coming up. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
That ties the game.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
This one all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up the chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Now they have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Lawrence will throw.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jenkins.
Well,
they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A huge play there in overtime. 49 yards.
First down.
Coaches love the rack run after catch, especially here in overtime. Took the short pass, turned it into a big play.
And that's what coaches talk about when they talk to their teams about what...
And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Extra point attempt to come here. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score, Jaguars.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line. Now a first throw here in overtime.
To the left side, he's got McMillan.
And he goes out right around the 39.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's Mayfield.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield now.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Mayfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there in overtime. And even 40 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And how about that? In a game that's had just about everything, how's that for an answer? Remember, in the past, this game would be over already. But that's a huge play there to give him a fighting chance.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
It's a 10-yard
Sebastian Joseph Day picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield to throw it. Able to get away. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Joshua Hines-Allen getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes fourth down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to go up top again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
So it's the Jaguars who come away with a win, and they got a solid outing here from their quarterback, Charles, and that's, of course, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he was definitely the X factor. He had 3 touchdown passes, ran for another, and really had this defense grasping for straws throughout much of this ball game.
So for the Jags,
they level their mark at 4-4 on the year.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.